Merry meet and welcome to the daily stream for all signs for today, the 18th of December, 2024. Let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. Okie dokie, Smokey. We've got the King of Cups, we've got the Nine of Coins, and we've got the Knight of Coins. So I like it. The Nine of Coins is a very satisfying card. So if you've been waiting for something to come through, usually some kind of money, but it can be health issues, whatever, it's coming through. It seems like it's really working out. It looks like for many of you, you've been really working on your inner world. And so when I see the King of Cups followed by the Nine of Coins, it seems to me that many of you have been working on so-called manifestation type techniques, whether it be magic or law of attraction or something like that. And it seems like you've hit on the right formula because it looks like things are working out really well for you. Part of the manifestation, it's not just that the basket of money shows up on your doorstep. Part of the manifestation is receiving assistance. Allowing yourself to be guided, allowing yourself to be helped. So sometimes that assistance comes internally through inspiration, and sometimes it comes through people. And so if there are, if people are trying to help you out in a situation, avoid the no, I got this, I'll do it all by myself. It's part of the way that it's manifesting if people are helping you out. So just say thank you. All right, let's just open these cards up a bit and see what else is going on here. Got this beautiful Lover's card, followed by, Ten of Swords. Well, luckily it's passing, whatever this is. It seems like you've got a mixture of things that are manifesting, both things that you like and things that you don't like. But the things that you don't like are passing. It's passing away. And I want you to use that or something similar as a phrase. When confronted with a manifestation you don't like, something in your life, rather than fighting it or getting upset about it or doing, conjuring banishings over it or anything like that, look at it as just what it is, as something that's a shade from the past that hasn't quite dissolved yet. And just tell yourself, this is passing away. This is passing away. And then put it out of your mind and get busy on the things that are important to you. Like I said, whatever you've been working on, it's really working. It's really working. There seems to be, for many of you, a new source of money or a new inspiration regarding money, a new opening. And if it's not money, it's something else that's very, very valuable to you. And it's beautiful. And it seems like a lot of you have been really working, like I said, both internally and internally, not only on your own, but also with your guide. Learning how to ask before you act. And some of the old ways of being are still sort of like getting, some of the old manifestations from an old way of being are still sort of there. And you just, like I said, you have to just allow them to dissolve. Don't give them much of your energy. Just tell yourself this is passing away and get your focus back on this, whatever this is, whether it's finances, property, health, it looks really, really good. And you deserve it because you've worked for it internally. Now, there probably needs to be some sort of action that needs to be taken in regards to receiving all of this, but keep doing what you're doing in regards to asking, because you don't want to just act willy-nilly. You only want to take action that you're inspired to take or that you're guided to take by that inner guidance. And that inner guidance is really steering you, well, it always does, really steering you in the right way. And that's another thing is if you're staring in the face of some old manifestations or maybe manifestations of things that are coming up from old ways of thinking, old ways of being, ask the guide if you need to do anything about it. Ask your inner guide, what do I need to do? Most of you don't need to do anything except for take your attention away from it. But if there are things that need to be done, you'll be told, but you don't want to react. You don't want to say, I better do this. You don't want to do any knee-jerk reaction about these things because, like I said, they are in the process of dissolving. It's just sometimes the manifestation, when it hits its zenith, it just seems really big, but it's not. It's old. It's going away. It's fading away. You just don't see it yet. This is just so wonderful to see this King of Cups with this Lover's card, because the King of Cups is the card of the spiritual master, and the Lover's card is the card of choice and decisions and being guided by this angel. You know, many of you already know this, but this angel knows exactly what to do. And these people represent the parts of our minds that are saying, oh, I think we should do this. I think we should do that. And instead, what you're being asked to do is to listen to the angel, because the angel knows, you know, see that arrow is pointing in a very specific direction. And these people are going, I don't know. What do you think? Right? And that's not going to get you anywhere to do that. And it seems to me, based on this King of Cups, that most of you are doing that, are listening. So keep doing that and employ that in every aspect of your life, not just in whatever this is, but also in the when you're worried about something, or when you think that like I said, you have manifestations in your life that seem like they're really big and bad and awful. Even though I'm telling you just to recognize that it's passing away, sometimes that's easier said than done. And that's when it's really good to get into the habit of asking, of going within and asking that inner guide, and have a conversation if you want. You know, just have a real conversation. Sometimes when I have a conversation with my guide, I do it on paper. That's how I like to do it. I'll just ask, I'll write my question, and then I'll just sit and I'll just kind of just think, well, what am I hearing? And I just let it go. I don't edit it. And very frequently, that kind of automatic writing, it's just very sort of subtle. You don't have to go into a big deep trance or anything, but you get really clear-cut answers about what to do and how to act and things like that. So if you're one of those people that doesn't really feel like you're getting anything when you're asking for assistance, try writing it. Just say, well, what would my guide say if it could write it out? And your guide can come through that. Your guide can come right through that, even if it feels like you're making it up. You'll know that it's right because it feels good. It feels right. It feels positive. It feels like there's truth in it. You can tell just by how it feels in your body and in your gut. You know, if you're making it up, that's okay too, but just keep at it until you start to get that sense of, no, I got this. I'm really getting a communication from my higher self or from my inner guide. Right. And the idea too is that your inner guide and infinite intelligence and all of the power of the universe really wants you to be successful. It really wants you to have this money, wants you to be happy about this, wants to help you. It doesn't want you to be upset. It doesn't want you to have these negative manifestations. It is really behind these things fading away, floating away. So there's part of us that keeps those things alive sometimes, and that part of us is oftentimes sort of hidden because it's part of that ego mind that doesn't want to be discovered. But that's okay, because your inner guide isn't fooled. The ego can't fool your inner guide. It knows exactly what's true and what's false, what to do, what not to do. There's no question. So if you're coming back to that over and over and over again, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? You will get guidance. And like I said, if you don't feel like you're getting guidance, try writing it out and see what happens. That sometimes is a great way to get that flow going. Now this here is a 9, and this represents the moon, this 9 of coins. And so this is that magnetic pull, but it also represents the astral double. So you want to recognize that you have an astral double of what it is that you want to manifest. Now, the astral double of what you want to manifest is very different from what has already manifested that is passing away. If you focus on what you do want, then you're creating that thought form in the astral, and you're not giving any more power to the thought form that created what you didn't want. And so you can just let it dissolve itself, just by your own lack of attention. Now, if there's things, that you need to do to be responsible about this, absolutely you want to do that. But that's like I said, that's why you want to ask. If you're asking, you can do things in the world that help to facilitate this without reinforcing the thought form. And your guide knows exactly how to do that. And it's going to be specific to you. Everybody's curriculum is very, very unique unto them. And just realize that just because somebody else does a certain thing doesn't mean that that's going to work for you. But your guide knows what does work for you. And that's why that's the most important relationship for you to have, is that inner guide. Marion Weinstein used to call it the inner bell. Check it out with your inner bell. And the inner bell, when it dings, you know you're on the right track. If it doesn't ding, then you know you're not on the right track. But I take it a step further, because I don't only want to come up with ideas and then see if they ding. I want to actually ask and then get the data right straight from my guide, so that I'm not trying to come up with stuff. I just follow directions. When you can learn how to follow directions like that, you get where you need to get very, very quickly. Because like I said, the universe wants you to get there. It wants you to get there. And that's why you have that guide. That's why you have that. Everything is set up for you to succeed, even though these old manifestations would try to get you to believe that that's not true. But everything is set up for you to succeed. And I think you already know that, because you are already exhibiting those traits of a spiritual master. So keep on top of that inner guidance. Don't make a lot of emotional energy about whatever these old manifestations that are passing away. You don't want to reinforce them, but do really nurture these thought forms about what you want, because they are on their way and it looks really good. Thank you so very much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate you. And we'll see everybody for another daily reading tomorrow. Until then, blessed be.